Welcome everybody. I'm joined by a fighter today that's well known to UK fight fans, now fighting in the light middleweight division, Carson Jones. How are you, Carson?
I'm good. Just been preparing before the fight was announced. So I'm just keeping camp going as it's been going. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. So you're fighting Bryan Rose in a rematch on the 1st of August. Immediately after the initial fight, Eddie Hearn suggested a rematch. Was this an easy fight to make?
Well, it was. We tried to make this several times before, and I had I was looking for other opportunities as well. But this is the one that kind of just made sense considering he kept Bryan Rose was crying about the rematch and whatnot, so we just went ahead and went with it. I actually have a scheduled fight on the BKB actually in 2 weeks, but
all right, okay.
That's not gonna interfere with me and Bryan Rose rematch. So
yeah. So are you still having that? Are you still having that fight in a couple of weeks?
It's kind of up in the air right now. There was an issue with my opponent getting approved, so we're kind of dealing with that. But either way, I'm still gonna be prepared just in case.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Well, it's going to be a big night for British boxing, especially for Hull. It's at Craven Park Stadium, so it should be. I think they'll probably do about 18,000 or something. So it'll be a massive night to be involved in. You do seem to really like fighting over here. You fought Kell Brook a couple of times. You fought Dean Byrne. That was a really good fight, actually. And then most recently Bryan Rose. And then you're going to fight him again. What warms you to the UK so much?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm VK's adopted son. Now, I mean, most of my fights lately have been over there, and the fans really get behind me and support me. More so. I mean, I'm not gonna say more so than the U.S. fans, but I'm more known over there than I am here in the U.S. when it comes to boxing. Okay. So the love is good over there, and I just plus the paychecks are pretty decent, so
yeah,
I don't mind coming over.
Okay, mate. Well, so you always put on a go. You're always in good fights when you're over here, so more the merrier. Let's talk about the fight with Bryan Rose. You a first round knockout. You looked a little bit hurt actually in the beginning of the first round. Bryan seemed to catch you a couple of times, and then you came back with what some were saying was an early stoppage. Did you think it was stopped too early?
Well, first of all, I wasn't hurt at all. He caught me, but this guy, he can't. My daughter punches harder than he does. So there's everybody knows that I have one of the best chins of boxing. So there was no way he's gonna hurt me. Of course, he caught me, but I wasn't stunned. I kept my composure, obviously. But I always start slow, and that's pretty well known that I'm a slow starter. But as for the early stoppage, the only thing, I mean, you can make an argument that it was early, but they did stop it too early. They pretty much just stopped me from knocking his head off. You know what I mean? If it would have kept going, I would have got the stoppage anyway. And it could have caused a lot of more damage to him than he needed to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, man. All right. Well, fair enough. Well, so this next fight coming up on the 1st of August, is it same again? Are you going to try and get rid of him early, put on a real performance?
I'm just going to get in and do what I have to do to win the fight. I'm always talking stoppage. Of course, I know I'm going to stop him. I'm not sure which round it was going to come in. I didn't plan on it being in the first round last fight, but whatever round it comes, I just got to keep working and do what I have to do to get the stoppage.
Yeah. So you're very confident against Bryan Rose. You don't see him being much of a threat at all.
I didn't see him being a threat in the first fight. He's a decent fighter. He's a decent boxer. So I'm not threatened by this guy.
Yeah. Okay, man. And you, last time you were here, you had an English coach, John Tandy, due to some personal matters, and you other coach had. Are you using him again for this next fight?
No, my trainer's going to be able to make it this time. My trainer couldn't make it the last time. Actually, I knew John. I trained with John when he lived in the States. Here, actually, it was like maybe 30 miles away from here, Lake Arrowhead.
Okay,
He's here now. But no, my original trainer will be there with me this time. And I'm actually back training with Abel Sanchez.
Oh, okay.
So, it'll be all good. But,
all right, okay. Yeah, I had him on yesterday. So,
okay, cool. That's cool.
Cool. So, brilliant. Well, you've moved up to light middleweight now. Your power was evident against Bryan Rose. What prompted you to move up? Were you struggling to make welterweight?
I'm not necessarily struggling. I just need, I kind of had an off. The last couple of years have been kind of, up and down for me when it comes to boxing. So I just needed to get back in the groove of things. I can still make 47 for sure. I made 153 for the last Bryan Rose fight pretty easily.
Yeah.
So I can already still make 147 for the right fight and the right money. But I don't have a problem making 154. I'm pretty strong at that weight, as you can see. So I'm fighting in between 154 and 147, just with the right opportunity.
Okay, all right, mate. Well, good to know. You've been quite close to world title shots before, and you've always seemed to sort of just miss out. Now the division you're in, the light middleweight division, it seems to be opening up a bit with talks of Andrade moving up, and obviously Floyd Mayweather's the WBC light middleweight champion. He's going to be relinquishing his belts. How far do you think you can go in the light middleweight division? Do you think you can get a world title?
It's all about timing and fighting the right opponent. I'm not necessarily in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Kind of like other fighters are, like Floyd. You can pick who wants to fight. I have to kind of take opportunities when they come. So I think I can become world champion. It'll be it's going to be always going to be a little bit tough for me, as I'm always the underdog. You know what I mean? But I think I'm ready for my world title shot. So I'm just waiting.
So like, who would you be looking at? Like, obviously there's if you were successful against Bryan Rose, the most logical step would be to probably fight Anthony Mundine, and that would. Are you looking at names like that after Bryan Rose? Are you looking at a sort of...
Yeah, it's funny you say that because today Mundine people reached out to us.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, yeah, they reached out to us today, just a few hours ago. But we already have the Bryan Rose fight locked in, so after I knock out Bryan Rose, I can go over there and knock out Anthony Mundine.
Yeah, okay, mate. Well, brilliant. Well, it's all, what a small world it is then. Well, that would be huge. That would then put you right in line for, if you were successful in those two fights, you would be mandatory for the WBC title, wouldn't you? So, that is exciting. Well, brilliant. So when are you coming over to the UK? Are you coming over a couple of weeks before, or are you gonna?
We usually come over there on the Sunday before the fight. So
yeah,
we'll be over there about a week just to get acclimated.
Okay, mate. Brilliant. Well, finally, one other thing. We'll just go back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the interview. You were talking about the BKB thing. It's not something I know that much about, to be honest. I see Gabriel Rosado does it as well. How long have you been doing that for?
Well, this is actually my first event that I've participated in. Actually, I was scheduled to fight on the BKB last year, but some other stuff happened and it didn't happen. But this is the one my first one I'm supposed to actually fight on. But I'm not even sure if I'm going to fight because we have the issues with the opponent.
Yeah.
So it's an unsure thing right now. But maybe next, if I have an opportunity next time they do the BKB show, then I'll fight on it.
Yeah. How big do you? I've heard quite a lot of things. How big do you think BKB can be?
I'm not really sure. They have a lot of well-known boxers fighting on there, so I mean, people watch it. I think a lot of the reason a lot of the boxers are actually, participating is because the pay is pretty good. They're paying, some pretty crazy paychecks.
Yeah.
And
okay.
That's one of the reasons that I jumped over.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
The hardcore boxing fans probably won't take it too well, but I mean, the casual fan probably will.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. It seems to favour fighters are very good on the inside. Am I right in thinking?
Yeah, like myself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, brilliant, mate. Well, excellent. So, well, brilliant. Well, lovely to get you on. I was very excited when I saw the news announced. It's going to be a great event at Craven Park. I think Matt.
Yeah, actually, I fought Kilbrook the second time at Craven Park.
Yeah, you did actually, didn't you? So, yeah. You're well accustomed to that. Hopefully, you can get the result to go your way this time. It looks like you're at the age of 28. You seem to be. You talk about timing. It could seem to be panning out for you, mate. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Carson.
Thank you.
And take care of yourself. All the best. And we'll try and catch up with you when you get to the UK, mate.
All right, that'll work. Appreciate it.
Take care, mate. Cheers, Carson.
Rematch.